They say America's skies are wide enough to hide anything. Ranchers whisper that the horizon carries more secrets than any man should know. And sometimes when the night is too quiet and the darkness too still, people swear the sky looks back at them. Alien stories in the United States are older than most believe. They linger in dusty trailer parks, echo in desert canyons, and flicker above silent highways at 3 a.m. Whether you believe in them or not, one thing is undeniable. Too many people, for too many decades, have seen something they cannot explain. This is their story, the quiet dread, the lights, the myths, and the unsettling sense that we are not the only ones passing through America's nights. In the 1950s, rural America heard a sound that wasn't quite a plane and wasn't quite the wind. Something metallic, a low, pulsing hum, drifting across cornfields and cattle pastures. When people stepped outside, the hum stopped, the way a predator pauses when spotted. Then came the lights, white, searing, unnatural. Some said it was as if a welding torch had suddenly ignited in the heavens. The light would sweep silently across windows, linger for a heartbeat too long, and then vanish before anyone could gather their thoughts. More disturbing were the missing minutes. People described moments when their bodies grew heavy, their breath slowed, and their memories split in half. A walk to lock the barn door turned into an hour of lost time. A drive down an empty road shifted from midnight to morning with no memory of what happened in between. Doctors blamed sleep deprivation, psychologists said stress, but the witnesses insisted, "Something was there with me, I just can't remember." In 1947, something fell from the sky near Roswell, New Mexico. The official report said it was a weather balloon, but the people who rushed to the scene described something else entirely. Debris that bent like rubber yet felt like metal. Strips of material that reformed their shape instantly after being crumpled. Markings, symbols, lines, curves, etched into the fragments like a language from somewhere far beyond. The military arrived quickly, too quickly, some say. They sealed off the area, retrieved every scrap of the debris, and issued quiet warnings to anyone who asked too many questions. Then the story changed. It wasn't a weather balloon, it was a top-secret surveillance device. Conveniently vague, suspiciously rehearsed. Roswell became the root of a new American folklore. If the government rushed to hide something, it must have been more than metal. As years passed, strange sightings multiplied. One of the most unsettling occurred in 1961, the case of Betty and Barney Hill. Driving through the dark New Hampshire countryside, they noticed a light following them, too bright, too fast, too intelligent. They heard a buzzing sound, felt their skin prickle, and then everything went blank. 4 hours lost. Under hypnosis, they described tall beings with enormous eyes and calm voices, not threatening but impossibly foreign. The couple didn't want fame, they avoided attention. But when they spoke of the experience, their voices trembled. Not from fear of the creatures, but from fear of not knowing what happened to them. Their story became one of the first and most chilling recorded abduction accounts in America. March 13, 1997, Phoenix, Arizona. A formation of lights, silent, triangular, massive, drifted across the city. Thousands of witnesses, people pulled their cars to the side of the road, stepped out and stared. Something the size of a football field, maybe larger, passed overhead without a single sound. It wasn't a plane, it wasn't a flare, and no one could explain how something so large moved without disturbing the air. Years later, even the governor who initially mocked the sightings admitted, "I saw it too, and I have no idea what it was."
Well, I don't know what I saw, but it was really something, and I'm not going to talk about it.
When fear becomes communal, shared by an entire city,
There's a third one.
it transforms from rumor into reality. Somewhere between paranoia and truth lie America's greatest alien conspiracies. Area 51, the legendary military base in Nevada. Officially, research and testing of experimental aircraft. Unofficially, people believe it houses alien bodies, recovered craft, and perhaps living beings studied under lock and key. Workers have reported strange lights, impossible aircraft maneuvers, and non-human artifacts. Secret communication signals. The theory states that in the 1970s, the U.S. transmitted coded messages deep into space and received a reply. Not a hello, but something resembling coordinates. The government, of course, never confirmed it. A chilling belief. Some humans are unknowingly monitored because of past encounters. They experience recurring dreams, high-pitched noises no one else hears, and moments of lost time. Doctors call it neurological misfiring. Victims call it something else entirely. Skinwalker Ranch, Utah. Here, cameras die, batteries drain, animals behave unnaturally, and strange craft appear without warning. Cattle vanish. Sometimes they reappear, dissected with surgical precision no human hand could achieve. People working the ranch report feeling observed, as if something moves just behind them, out of sight. Dulce Base, New Mexico rumors speak of underground tunnels, hybrid experiments, and a secret war beneath the desert. Everyone says it's just a conspiracy, yet no one stays long near that region after dark. America's obsession with extraterrestrials seeped naturally into its films, shows, and games. Signs, 2002. The whisper of footsteps in an empty cornfield. That's the fear countless farmers described long before the film existed. It captures the terror of something unseen circling your home, watching, waiting. The X-Files. A cultural mirror of America's deepest suspicion. The government knows something, and it's hiding it. Abductions, triangular aircraft, unexplained lights, all drawn from real reported cases. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Arrival. Fire in the Sky. Each depicts aliens not as monsters, but as incomprehensible visitors, echoing the real testimonies of people who described encounters that were eerie, calm, and terrifying in their silence. Red Dead Redemption 2. Even a Western game hides an extraterrestrial mystery, a glowing green visitation at a remote shack in the woods, referencing decades of alien lore in the American frontier. Big skies, empty land, lots of places to hide. Though America is the epicenter, other countries hold their own eerie tales. Rendlesham Forest, UK, 1980. Military personnel saw a glowing triangle descend into a forest. When they approached, the air crackled with static, and scorch marks remained burned into the ground. Voronezh, Russia, 1989. Children and adults reported giant beings emerging from a glowing craft. Police found impressions in the soil matching the described object. Different languages, different cultures, same fear. Here is what is certain. Thousands of sightings occur every year. Military pilots and radar specialists have confirmed objects defying known physics. Governments admit they cannot explain everything they've recorded. And people continue seeing the same shapes, lights, and beings described decades apart. The unknown is the true terror, the feeling that there is something just beyond understanding. Spend one night alone in the deserts of Nevada, Arizona, or New Mexico, just one. You'll feel the weight of the sky, a sensation that something ancient, something curious drifts above, searching. Maybe it's nothing, or maybe it's something waiting for the right moment to be seen. Old American wanderers used to say, "What glows in the desert doesn't always come from God." And when you hear that phrase whispered around a campfire in a place where no wind blows and no animals stir, you start to wonder how much of America's alien lore is myth and how much is warning.